Hey everybody, it's Eldana. Something wrong with my hair. The dog was messing with my hair a minute ago. There we go. Wait, it goes this way. All right. Hey, welcome to Fair Trade Friday, birthday edition. It is my birthday today, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. But okay, it wouldn't be Fair Trade Friday without showing some products. And I've not really unpacked everything yet that I brought back from Kenya, and I'm actually still recovering. And if you want to hear about that adventure, Swahili Sunday, I'm going to talk all about the trip. You know, I posted a lot of photos and stuff. There was all kinds of things that went on, and I'll be sharing a little bit about that. I'll be sharing all about that on Swahili Sunday. But today, and I got back on Tuesday. You may have seen, if you read any of the posts, that I had food poisoning while I was in Kenya, and that was interesting. And it was, yeah, I'm still kind of recovering from that and getting over the jet lag. So I think I'm very close to being back to 100%. I'm drinking my electrolytes and things to replenish myself. So yeah, but what I'm going to share a little bit of insights kind of that I've learned over this is a milestone birthday. I'm the big 6-0 today. And I know, I guess certain, maybe you're not supposed to say that or whatever. You're not supposed to tell what your age is. I mean, I live in superficial SoCal, so unless I go do this and get a facelift, I can't help the aging part. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I wanted to show, so this little top that I have, it actually has some, can't really see, it's got some peach and navy in it. And I went out, my daughter took me out for tea, and I went and got some cute little shoes that actually match this shirt perfectly. And our little Maligator, the Malinois Shepherd, that's my son's, I had just set them down, and she comes out with one in her mouth and sat down on the couch and looked at me and then kind of tucked her ears. And I'm like, you really got to be kidding me right now that you just got the shoe and you're coming here right beside me and you're going to lay down beside me and be like, I know I have the shoe. I'm not supposed to. All right. Yeah. So anyway, that was a birthday present to myself. Another birthday present to myself is going to be a new laptop. My laptop's like 12 years old. It's a MacBook Pro. And it's gotten to the point where it spontaneously shuts off. I can be in the middle of working and it will simply stop. And if I haven't saved any, I've lost documents. So I've gotten to the point where I'm constantly saving things to make sure that it doesn't, I don't lose things, but it cuts out, it cuts off, it does all that kind of stuff spontaneously often. So it's not been very good. I did want to show you a few of the products I brought back. Now, the Layla, the necklace I'm wearing now is called the Layla. We do have the Layla. And it's mostly been in a double color kind of weave where it's kind of every other color. But this time I got some solids and then I got a different weave. So I'll just show you real quick. These are going to sometime this week because since it's my birthday today, I've committed to resting over the weekend. And next week I'll kind of start back to work because so I'll get these up on the website. But today there's a discount. You have to go look at the page. If you're not on the page, go to the Baskets of Beads page, look at the code. It's for 60% off of one item. It's a founder's birthday celebration. And the Layla is $50, so you could get this for 60% off. And if you see a color that is not listed on there that I'm showing you that you like, you can PM me and I'll set one aside because I have like five of each color. So I have this beautiful solid red color. There's also a solid black, a solid, look at this. This is a beautiful, I love blue. It's a beautiful royal blue color. And if you look at this actually looks like it's woven with a crochet hook or something, or knitted, but it's I don't know. I haven't seen how they make this, but the detail is so exquisite. I just love it. So there's this beautiful deep hot pink fuchsia, whatever color you want to call it. And one thing that's happened is that they presented this design to me about 2019, I think. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a scratch in my throat. In 2019, they presented this design to me, and as they've made them more, they've gotten better at them, and they lay beautifully flat. You can see how this one is laying flat on me. And for as much beading as it has, it's very lightweight. Okay, so and I think I have white, but I had a bag that I just pulled these few out of. So now this is the multicolor. And look at the detail. Look at how that's woven like that, just to make that kind of detail there with the white and red, here with the red and white. So this is a red and white. This is a black and white. Just simply beautiful. Then we have the gold and white. If you're a gold person, this is really nice. And then this is kind of a light blue and white. They're not on the website yet. I actually have photos of most of them with the ladies wearing them. If you see one that you like and want to get the discount, just PM me and I'll set one of these aside for you. And I can upload it to the Shopify store real quick. And if there's one of these that you like I said, I'm not doing a lot of uploading yet. We have a lot of things to get to because I have a lot of product. Couple other little interesting things. One of our ladies made these cute little bags out of the wax print. These will be listed soon. Just wanted to show some of the new things that we got. A few of these. So I think I brought back these 4, maybe 6. This is kind of cool. It has the water buffalo on it and the rhino on the back. There's an elephant there. And their zipper, it's kind of like just a little pouch. It's got a little lining on the inside and it's quilted. So it's a nice little bag, just kind of an out and back bag. So those will be going up soon. Now, I had one of these shirts. I have one of these shirts. And I got so many compliments on it. Bintia she went to design school and she works with a lot of street kids, 2 of the street kids that we sponsored to go to school. And I asked her if she could make some of these. So they're like a one size. And you can see that, so it comes with a belt and it ties. So there's this color, there's a black, and there's a green. So these are definitely going to be coming. I have a picture of Layla, our director in Kenya, wearing this one. So you'll be able to see what it looks like. Really fun, though. It's the African cotton print fabric. And then the collar is really nice. It lays nicely and it's very comfortable. It's one size fits most. So these aren't really sized. Those will be listed soon. I'm just giving you previews of what's going to be put up on the website. But again, if you see something that you like, just PM me and I'll make sure that you get the discounted price for this for today, if you're really interested in that. Now I've pulled out some, but I have so many different colors of these. We made dog bandanas. We spent a lot of time designing and making dog bandanas, small, medium, large, and extra large dogs. And maybe Meow Mix can wear one of these. Meow Mix, you want to wear one? So I wanted to show you some of the fabrics that we got in the different sizes. So it's just a simple dog bandana. Now we have some of them that are front and back the same. because we were just testing out and didn't have kind of the matching fabrics. So this is a really, really cool fabric. This one I think is the medium, and then kind of like a large one. So if you have dogs, this is going to be great. So that's one color. And then we have this color, which is a really pretty blue with a floral kind of print around it. You can see that really nice color. And this is the cotton Ankara fabric right here. Then I pulled out, let's see, I pulled out a few more. I thought I pulled out the red and white, didn't I? Yes. Oh, the red. This one's really cool. Oh, I love this fabric right here. We went to the wholesale market for fabric, and I started shaking. I love fabric. I used to sew when I was a lot younger. When I had actually sewed all my maternity clothes, and I sewed a lot for my kids. So just going into a fabric with all these beautiful fabrics was, I just enjoyed it. There were so many different colors. So this one is really nice. Really nice. I think this would look good on a black dog. It would look good on a white dog. It would look good on kind of a gray dog, any color dog. They're all washable. And we did do, I have some other wax print. These are the cotton prints, but I also have wax print. But we did one where we were able to do a back-to-back. So this is it's kind of a rich teal, and you can see it's got the front and the back. So I'm going to be using Gracie as a model, and I have some other dogs who have volunteered to be models to put these on. Working that out. I just wanted to show some. Oh yeah, we have the pink. We also have the pink. Meow Mix. What are you doing? Meow Mix is up here. So this is the pink. And then there's several other prints. No, you can't. You can't. Say hi. It's Meow Mix. Meow Mix has to be on camera. So those are all things that we brought back. I brought back a lot of suitcases. I'm going to talk a lot more about that on Sunday. I just wanted to show a little bit about what's coming, what's available. But right now, again, you have to go to the page if you're not on the Baskets and Beads page and find there's a meme there with the coupon code for 60% off of one item to celebrate my 60th birthday. And I still can't believe that I've been around that long. Yeah, that's crazy. So I wanted to share, I'm working on a blog post about kind of things that I've learned living all these decades. And I wanted to share a little bit about that, about what's kind of important to me. My daughter took me today. Our thing that we do is to go for tea. We usually go to a place called the Tea House at Los Rios in San Juan Capistrano. That's kind of our favorite place to go. And instead, today we went to the Hello Kitty Grand Cafe, and it was so much fun. Everything is all Hello Kitty. I'll be posting pictures probably tomorrow. She's going to send me some pictures, and I'll definitely share those. But I wanted to share a few things about kind of what I've learned. I've highlighted them it'll be in the blog post on Monday, about things that I've thought are important or that I've learned. And one of them, the first one, is that taking care of yourself both spiritually and physically is probably the most important thing. Your spiritual health and your physical health. Most people know that I'm a Christian, and my faith is very important to me. And nurturing that faith for me is reading God's word and praying and staying connected with other like-minded people. My veterans group, we meet usually once a week, and we have a Bible study and things like that. So I'm always encouraging my spirit. So having your spiritual health maintained, or maintaining your spiritual health, taking care of yourself spiritually, is a very important part of your life. And also taking care of yourself physically. If you don't take care of yourself physically, if you don't have your physical health, not good. Some of you may know or may remember that gosh, about 2 years ago, I thought I was going to have to basically give up a lot of the things I love because I had such excruciating back pain. And I'm very anti-medication. I don't like to take a lot of medication. I think that comes from growing up with alcoholic parents. My mother used to take a lot of pills, and I didn't want that for my life. So I've gone to the other extreme. And when I'm in a lot, I have to be in a really lot of pain before I'll take something. And I don't like the way it affects me. So I was thinking, gosh, what am I going to do? I was in so much pain. My back was constantly going out. Sometimes it would move up and down like here, and it would be in my spine, and it would be in my lower back. And I discovered through actually changing my diet that I basically released all that pain. Every now and then my back goes out because I do have some back injuries from being in the military. But changing my diet changed the entire way that my body was operating. I stopped eating. One of the main things for me, because I came across an article that said about inflammatory foods, what inflammatory foods did to your body. And one of the main things for me was I was eating a lot of potatoes. So I cut out potatoes. I drastically cut out sugar. I'm not much of a sugar eater to begin with, but I made sure the foods I was eating didn't have sugar in it. So I cut out potatoes, cut out white rice, I cut out sugar, some other things, and the inflammation in my body went away. So it really changed my life and enabled me to be able to start doing the things I loved again. And as a result of that, I kind of got out of shape. And then what happened to me in December, I fell and broke my wrist and injured my knee. And I was totally out for the count. I was in a cast for a month, and my knee's still a little bit, I can get up and down, but I still need to strengthen it. So I'm kind of starting over with that. And then when I was in Kenya, I had food poisoning. So the importance of taking care of your physical health, it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much of anything you have. If you don't have your health, you can't enjoy it to begin with. And so many of us we don't take care of ourselves enough. And as you get older, you really need to make sure that you maintain your health, and both physically and spiritually. So the second thing I've learned is that sometimes when things go wrong, there's a reason just around the corner that you don't realize is coming. For me, I didn't realize was coming. And I've shared the example of, many of you know that I went back to a corporate job. I was doing professional speaking before COVID. And that business started to slow down before COVID. COVID was maybe September, October timeframe. I had no bookings, and we were going into the end of the year. I think I had maybe one or two. One of my contracts that they had ended. They had ended the trainings. I wasn't getting booked to speak for things, and I thought, oh gosh, here I have this beads business that I'm working on, and I need to, oh, hey, Lisa, thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you. And I thought I need to get a job if I'm going to be able to, because the baskets and beads business was just starting to go, and had business expenses. And I really didn't want to get a job. And I felt actually, I cried a lot over that, and I prayed a lot over that. I didn't understand. It was like I was being pushed that direction. And I thought, well, how am I going to do this, a job and this business? For my career field as a contracts person, a lot of the jobs were up in El Segundo. I live in Orange County. It's like 40 miles, but 40 miles in Southern California can be up to 2 hours, depending on what time of day it is. So I thought, oh man, okay, I guess I need a job. I need to make sure it's close to home. And my desire was that I could work from home. Well, I had no idea COVID was coming, but I look at my faith and I'm like, well, God knew that was coming. And I was prepared for that. I got a job in December 10th of 2019. And I went to Kenya February 2020, came back 2 weeks later. everything shut down. Had I relied primarily on a speaking business, I would have been kind of in a world of hurt. And thankfully, I was able to sustain the business for the baskets and beads. Even everything shut down, all sales kind of stopped. I had to pull out of a couple of stores that I was in, but I was able to sustain myself. And then also we raised enough money to make sure the ladies had food packs every month. And I am doing a birthday fundraiser. It's on the Facebook if you want to contribute to that. We're specifically setting the money from the birthday fundraiser aside for school fees. When I was there, I had a lot of kids asking me, or a lot of parents asking me to sponsor their kids for school. And I will say that we were gathered together working on these bandanas, cutting, sewing, ironing, and then the other ladies were doing paper beads. The day after I left, the government shut everything back down because the cases, I guess, in that area started to rise. We wouldn't have been able to finish. We wouldn't have been able to do what we were doing. Thankfully, we got through that before they shut that back down again, and we were able to complete all these beautiful bandanas, which I'm excited to share with all of you, and see on some of your doggies. Meow Mix, you can't wear a bandana. Maybe she can wear the extra small. Like that should be funny. But you have to consider that sometimes when things are going a certain direction, you don't realize that those things are happening for a reason, to set you up for some type of protection or set you up to make sure that you're successful. And, oh, hey, Dennis, hey, from China. That's cool. I just noticed that. So sometimes when things are going in a direction you don't want them to go, you have to think that there's something at work to make sure that things are going to turn out the way you need them to. I'm grateful that so interestingly enough, right over here is my office where I'm doing the work for the company I work for, doing contracts work. And I'm able to continue to sustain the business until we get back to sustainability and profitability. And I'm grateful for that. But had I fought that and said, oh, no, I know what's best, I'm going to do it, I'm going to keep attempting to make the speaking thing work, which I do still speak, but it wasn't enabling me to earn enough income to sustain myself and to support the business expenses for baskets and beads. So I was being pushed towards getting a job, which, I mean, it's like I was digging my heels in and I was being shoved and pushed. And if I would have just thought, okay, maybe there's some reason I'm going this way. And once we got to COVID, I thought, oh my gosh, look at this. This is the way it worked out. So you have to consider that there's something at work. Listen to the whisper, and I call it the whisper of the Holy Spirit that's telling you, you need to do this, go this way. So, yeah. All right. Another thing that I learned is don't force a friendship. If people ignore you or blow you off, they're either too busy or they don't want to be your friend. Let it go. I've had a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I've had some people where it's like, hey, let's get together. Silence, crickets, whatever. They ignore you, they don't respond, or you send something else and they don't respond. You're thinking, oh, maybe they're busy. You send something again, they don't respond, they don't respond, they don't respond. It's kind of like, I want to be your friend. You don't want to be my friend? Okay, maybe not. And you could always question them and ask, like, is there some reason you're ignoring me? For me, the whole ignoring thing, that doesn't sit too well with me. It hurts me. It makes me feel bad. So you can call people on their stuff or you can let it go. And even calling people on their stuff, maybe they don't want to be your friend and they tell you that, well, I just don't have time, or I've only have this circle of friends. Okay, fine. But let me know. Don't ignore me. I don't like it when you send somebody a text and they ignore you. And not to say that I haven't ever done that, because you get busy, but you just have to think, okay, who do I want in my circle of friends? If I'm attempting to force something and this isn't working, I should just let it go instead of keep going for it. It's just something else that I learned. The fourth thing that I have here in my blog post is beauty fades in the superficial world we live in. Of having to achieve perfection is a lie. Okay, like I said, I'm 60, the big 60. Still can't believe that. And there are people who say, "Oh, don't tell anybody your age." I don't know why that is, but we live in superficial SoCal. I can't help it. My hormones have changed. I'm aged. This right here, this whole hair thing. I mean, if you've seen me, the cover of my Think Like a Negotiator book, my hair is dark. My hair is about as dark as my eyebrows. And then as I was lightening it up, and then we started putting highlights, and it was a little lighter brown, and then it was more blonde highlights. Well, after COVID and everything shut down, I couldn't get my hair colored, and I just decided to let it go. And I'm glad I did. It looks great, but I guess people pay to get this hair color. But I can't help the fact that my body is aging. I guess I could go get a facelift. Maybe I will one day, who knows? But I don't know. But the world we live in is like, okay, aging is bad. Aging is horrible. Don't embrace it. You can't look old. You're worthless if you're old. There's that lie out there that people keep perpetrating through advertising and through photos and through photoshopped photos and things like that. People are starting to get away from that more. They're going towards more reality, what people really look like. But still, there's that fallacy, that superficial world that, oh, you have to look young and perfect to be valued by anybody, or nobody's going to listen to an old person or whatever. You don't know anything. You're washed up. You're done. Whatever. Don't listen to that stuff. That stuff's all a lie. And that's what's got a lot of girls, young girls with eating disorders and having surgery on their bodies when they're young and things like that, attempting to look like some perfect image that's actually a lie because it's been photoshopped and changed. And I don't know if you've ever seen, there's a video out there that I should share the link to that. It's a Dove video, and it shows a woman and she has no makeup on, and they go through the fast forward of her getting all made up. And then when she's all made up, then the editor goes and retouches the photo, like lengthens her neck, changes the size of her eyes, changes the contours of her face, takes away any imperfections, and then it shows it's put on a billboard, and it says, "No wonder our concept of beauty is distorted," because somebody's put that out there as that's what we're all supposed to look like, which is nothing. Nobody can look like that. And I have actually seen a video of somebody who has done so much surgery to her body that she's taken ribs out to look like a Barbie doll, and she's tiny, and it's sad. But I've learned that stuff that's a lie. You can't buy into that. Yeah, I like to look nice or whatever, but my value is not this. My value is what's in here and who I am as a person and what I'm doing in the world. That's where my value comes, my intrinsic value. Integrity first, service before self, excellence in all that I do, the Air Force core values that I learned when I joined the Air Force, and they still live with me today. And that's what's really important. And then one other thing that I have started to write about is being single is okay. And also being married is okay, but being single is okay as long as you love yourself. I struggle with loneliness at times. I have my cats. I have one sitting in my lap now. Mix always has to be around. She is the princess. But the important thing is to love who you are. If you don't love who you are, if you can't look in the mirror and say nakupenda, which is I love you in Swahili, to that person, you're going to have an awful hard time of it. And it's just loving who you are. Love you. Take care of you. Do things for you. Do something to make sure that you take care of yourself. When I was in Kenya, I actually had a massage at a hut by the beach. Oh my gosh, it was the day before I got the really bad food poisoning. So I was able to enjoy it. And I I could hear the ocean, the waves crashing on the beach. And when the massage therapist was like, "Okay, sit up," I was like, "Huh? What? I gotta sit up? I don't want to sit up." I had a hard time sitting up. I was so relaxed. Those types of things are important. Massage, chiropractic care. I need to actually go visit the chiropractor since I've been traveling back and forth since the end of May, and I'm sure my body needs an adjustment. So I'll go do a visit with the chiropractor tomorrow. So those are just 5 things that I thought that I would share. I'm going to tweak the article and put that up as on the blog on Monday so you can see that. One other thing I'm doing is I'm going to school. This is my grade 1 Swahili book. I have grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. Now my brain right now is not interested in attempting to learn Swahili yet. Again to re-engage. I'm going to take about a week off, and next weekend I'll start back to learning this. And the whole reason, I'm going to share more about this on Sunday, the whole reason I'm doing that is we have some plans to do some things with the women where they're going to be sharing things with other women in other parts of Kenya and maybe around Africa, wherever God kind of calls us to go. But I'm going to need to not be the only one in the group that doesn't understand Swahili. I'm not going to expect, as the conference goes on, for people to have to translate a lot of stuff into English for me. So I really want to be able to be conversational with Swahili. I'm dedicated to it. I'm committed to it. It's confusing at times. They say learning a language is a challenge when you get older. I'm not buying that. I'm just going to learn it somehow, some way. It'll happen. But my brain right now has shut off from learning any more Swahili. I'll have to figure out a phrase or a word for Swahili Sunday, but other than that, I'm not in school until next week. But that's about all I wanted to share. I will be busy working, getting some of these. I have to get the dog bandanas on some dogs so you can see what they look like. And then all the other products, like these products, should be easy to get up online because the ladies were modeling them all. So I have photos that I can just stick up. But again, if you see something that I showed you tonight that you like and want to purchase and get the special discount, you can PM me for that and I'll honor that and set that aside for you. And we'll get it up on the store so you can order it and get it shipped out. So join me for Swahili Sunday. Like I said at the beginning, Swahili Sunday, this Sunday is going to be all about my trip to Kenya. I'm going to share all the ins and outs, and hopefully I'll be able to pull up some pictures and talk to that so you can see. I have some video. I need to see if I can download the rest of the video so I can share some of that. But I'll tell you all about my trip and all the things that happened and some of the plans we have. And also, if you're interested in donating to the birthday fundraiser, all the funds from my birthday fundraiser this year are going to go for school fees for kids. There are several parents that, several ladies who are struggling to be able to pay their school fees. So the problem, what's interesting about, I wrote actually for another blog post, I'm going to do something about the ladies because they are willing to work. However, the problem is there is no employment there. They actually knocked down a whole area of businesses. So a lot of businesses were taken away. And they also, now that COVID is kind of gone back in again, the curfew's increased to 7 p.m. I'll read all that on Sunday because I have that. But just off the top of my head, the curfews start at 7 p.m. instead of 10, 11 p.m. So there's the curfew, and then they've cleared all the street markets again, so people can't sell in the street, which is where the ladies were selling. So all of that's become a challenge. So we're helping with food packs, and we also want to help with school fees if possible. We're going to start a sponsorship program in the future, and I'll share all about all that on Sunday. All right, that's about a wrap for me. It's my birthday. I'm going to go do some more celebrating. My son is going to take me tomorrow to a spa that has a restaurant in it, and I'm going to get a massage. So my daughter took me for tea today. I'm happy and got to celebrate, and I'll be celebrating all weekend. I still have a cat in my lap. She's not moved. So I'll prop her up to say goodnight. Say goodnight, Meow Mix. Oh, she's purring. This is Meow Mix for anybody who doesn't know. She is one of the managers of the house. I simply live here. She owns the house. Okay. All right, everybody. You have a great rest of the night and the weekend, and I will see you Sunday morning for Swahili Sunday. Until then, Nakupenda.